Hello and welcome to Discrete IAS Academy. Today we are going to discuss about the central bank digital currency. So before we understand about this CBDC, we need to know two concepts. First thing, the fiat money. Fiat money is a kind of money whose face value is more than the intrinsic value. For example, if you see the note of 2000 rupees, the face value of this note is a 2000 rupees. But the cost of the paper, the cost of the ink, that is near around 4 to 5 rupees. So this 4 to 5 rupees, the actual cost of this paper, the actual cost to make this 2000 rupees note, that is the intrinsic value. So any currency whose intrinsic value is much less than the face value of that particular currency is known as the fiat money. And second thing is the legal tender. Any fiat money, for example, if we take US dollar, a $10 currency and a 100 rupees currency. Now suppose we have gone to a shop and we have given this $10 currency to the shopkeeper. That shopkeeper will reject this will reject this dollar. But if you give this 100 rupee note, then the shopkeeper cannot reject this. The reason behind is this note has been legally backed by the Parliament of India. So any fiat money which has received the legal backing of a particular country, the legislature of the particular country, that is known as the legal tender. So fiat money, any currency whose face value is more than the intrinsic value, and the legal tender which has a legal backing by the parliament or the legislature. So after that, now coming to the central bank digital currency, CBDC. So first thing first, this CBDC can be used by the wallet backed by the blockchain technology, and this is regulated by the central bank, means the Reserve Bank of India. This is a decentralized virtual currency and a crypto asset. You might have heard about the cryptocurrency, that is also based on the blockchain technology. So basically this is a legal blockchain technology cryptocurrency asset backed by the RBI. That's it, nothing else. But it has not received any kind of legal backing that we need to know. No legal tender status, which means this CBDC will be regulated by the RBI, but still this CBDC can be rejected by any shopkeeper. I have given the example of 100 rupee note. This 100 rupee note cannot be rejected by any of the shopkeeper. If that shopkeeper rejects, then you can go and file a FIR against that shopkeeper. But in case of this CBDC, which is regulated by the RBI, that CBDC can be rejected by the shopkeeper. And this CBDC can be used for both domestic and the foreign transaction, and there is no role of bank or any third party. So these are the few characteristics of the central bank digital currency. But what is the significance of this digital currency? What is the use of this? After 2014, you might know our honorable Prime Minister is promoting digital currency and the digital India. Under this digital India program, one of the major objective is to reduce the cash flow, reduce the physical cash flow. So this digital currency will reduce the dependency on the cash. The currency notes, 100 rupee note, 10 rupee note, 2000 rupee note, the dependency over those notes will be reduced. Apart from that, high seigniorage. Seigniorage is the profit earned by the government or the central bank from a particular currency. For example, the 2000 rupee note, this is the face value, and the cost of producing this 2000 rupee note is around 4 to 5 rupees. So RBI or the government is earning around 1995 to 1996 rupees as a profit. This is the seigniorage. Now if the currency is in the digital form, then there will be no cost of production, the cost of transaction of these particular currency will be reduced. That will increase the seigniorage of the government or the central bank. Apart from that, reduce settlement risk. Then this can be used for the real-time payment options. And few years ago, the cryptocurrency was a gray area for every government. But if RBI, if the central bank is regulating this kind of cryptocurrency or the blockchain technology, any currency based on the blockchain technology, then this can minimize the risk of virtual currencies. So this will reduce the risk of virtual currency because RBI is regulating these currencies. So these are the significance to promote the Digital India program, to reduce the risk of the virtual currencies, to have a real-time payment option, and the high seigniorage for the government or the central bank. But there are certain issues which have been involved in this CBDCs. For example, technology behind the CBDCs. These need to be updated and approved by the RBI. The blockchain technology is gradual changing technology, and those technology should be updated by the Central Bank of India, that is the Reserve Bank of India, and that should be approved by the central bank. Apart from that, now suppose if everyone is using this digital currency, which means people will have less cash with them. If people are having less cash, they will deposit less. If people are depositing less cash in the banks will have less money to lend. If banks are not lending money, if banks are having low cash and banks are lending less, that will reduce the money supply in the economy. Investors cannot borrow money from the banks. Investors will not have money. The cost of borrowing will be increased, and for that the investment will go down. And in an economy, if the investment goes down, there will be loss of jobs, the unemployment rate will increase, the money multiplier effect will be hampered. So these are the issues that we need to check before approving these digital currencies. So from prelims perspective, it might be asked that what are the possible significant impacts of digital currencies. Money supply will be reduced, less money for lending, cost of cost of borrowing will be high, and the money multiplier effect will be hampered. So this is all about the digital currency that is backed by the RBI, regulated by the RBI. I hope you like the lecture. Don't forget to subscribe the channel, like the video, and share the video. Thank you. Jai Hind.